My name is Tristan Cole. I was 29 when I found out my wife used my credit card to fund a luxury Europe trip with my own brother. The charge hit at 2:14 a.m., $18,000. No warning, no message, just a notification lighting up my phone in the dark. I sat up immediately, heart steady, not racing, because something about it felt deliberate. I checked the details. International travel agency, premium package, flights, hotels, private tours. Not an emergency, not even close. I called her. No answer. Called again. Straight to voicemail. By morning, I already knew she would have a story ready. And she did. "It was urgent," she said. "Family situation. I didn't want to wake you." Family. That word again. Always convenient. I didn't argue, didn't question, just nodded. Because lies reveal themselves, if you let them breathe. 3 days later, I saw it. A post. My brother's page. Clear blue water, wine glasses raised. Her in the frame. Laughing. Relaxed. Not a care in the world. Caption. Finally living the life we deserve. We. I stared at the screen for a long time. Zoomed in. Different angles, different photos. No mistake, no misunderstanding. Just truth. Clean, sharp, final. I locked my phone, set it down, and said nothing. Because people like them don't expect silence. And that's exactly why it works. I didn't confront her, didn't bring up the photos, didn't even react to the charge. I just watched. That night, she came home late, smiling, too relaxed for someone who claimed there was an emergency. "How's everything?" I asked casually. She froze for half a second, then recovered. "Still complicated," she said. "I might need to go back again." "Of course you will," I thought. I nodded. "Take whatever you need," I replied. That surprised her. I saw it in her eyes. Confusion. Because she expected resistance. Questions. Not this. That's when people slip. And she did. "Thank you," she said quickly. "You're making this easier." Easier. That word told me everything. Later that night, while she slept, I opened my laptop, logged into the account, pulled the full transaction history, every charge, every booking, every detail, and there it was, 2 tickets, same destination, same dates, different names, hers and my brother's. I stared at the screen, not angry, not yet, just precise, because now it wasn't suspicion. It was structure, a plan, something they thought was hidden. I leaned back slowly, exhaled, and for the first time, I started thinking about what comes after truth. Not confrontation, correction. I didn't cancel anything. That would have been too easy, too loud, and it would have warned them. Instead, I went deeper. Pulled the itinerary, every hotel, every transfer, every private booking. They didn't travel light. 5-star suites, private drivers, wine tastings booked months in advance. This wasn't spontaneous. This was planned, carefully, quietly, behind my back. I clicked through the details. Then I saw something else. A secondary email attached to the booking. Not hers, not mine, my brother's. That was sloppy or arrogant. Same thing. I opened a new tab, logged into a system I hadn't used in a while, one I built for corporate clients. Travel management, modification access, no alerts, no notifications, just silent changes. I hovered over the itinerary, paused, then smiled slightly, because cancellation would have been mercy, and I wasn't interested in mercy. I was interested in timing, precision, and consequences that don't show up until it's too late. Downstairs, I heard her laugh on the phone. Soft, relaxed, carefree, probably talking to him. I didn't check, didn't need to, because I already knew. I made my first change. Small, almost invisible. Then another, and another. Nothing dramatic, just adjustments. Because by the time they realized something was wrong, they wouldn't be able to fix it, and that's when it would matter. I let them leave. No questions, no goodbyes, just a quiet travel safe at the door. She kissed my cheek, like nothing had changed, like I didn't already know everything. That part stayed with me, not the lie, the comfort, the ease. At the airport, I watched her location update once, then disappear. International flight, exactly as planned, or at least, as they thought. I didn't touch anything for the first 24 hours. Let them settle. Let them relax. Let them believe they got away clean. That's important, because people only feel loss when they think they're safe. On the second day, I opened the system again, checked in. Everything was running perfectly, or perfectly wrong. Their first hotel booking, still there, still confirmed. But the payment method changed, not declined, not flagged, just invalid. Their driver pickup, delayed, not canceled, just enough to create friction. Their luxury wine tour, moved, different time, different location, same confirmation email, but wrong details, nothing obvious, nothing immediate, just small cracks. I leaned back in my chair, listening to the quiet of the house, because this wasn't about stopping them, it was about letting them continue, until everything around them stopped working. And by then, they'd have no one to blame but each other. The first message came on day 3. Not panic, not yet, just confusion. "Hey, something's off with the hotel," she texted. I didn't reply immediately. Gave it time. Let it build. An hour later, another message. "They're saying the payment didn't go through?" I read it, set the phone down, waited another 30 minutes, then responded, "That's strange. Everything looked fine here." Simple, neutral, harmless. 3 dots appeared, disappeared. Then came another message. "I'll figure it out." Of course you will. I didn't stop there. I opened the system again, adjusted the next layer. Their backup booking? Removed, not canceled, just gone. Their return flight? Still active, but seat assignments? Split. Different rows, different sections, small things. But pressure builds in details. That night I got a call. I answered. Her voice was tighter now. "Can you check the account?" she asked. "Of course," I said calmly. Pause. Then, "I don't understand what's happening." I almost smiled, because she wasn't asking about money. She was asking about control. And control was already gone. "I'll take a look," I said. "Don't worry." Silence, then a quiet, "Thank you." I ended the call, sat there for a second, then made one more change, because now, they weren't enjoying the trip anymore. They were surviving it. And that's when people start turning on each other. By day 4, the tone changed. No more calm texts, no more pretending, just pressure. "Why is the card not working?" she asked. Not our card, not the card. The card. I let the message sit, then replied, "It might be flagged internationally. Happens sometimes." Half-truth, always more believable. Minutes later, my brother called. I almost didn't answer, but I did. "Tristan, what's going on?" he asked. Straight to the point, no brotherly tone, no hesitation. "Interesting." "What do you mean?" I replied calmly. "Our bookings are messed up," he said. "The hotel's asking for payment again." I leaned back in my chair, looked at the empty room around me. "Then pay them," I said. Silence. Then, "That's not the point." No, it wasn't, because this was never about money. It was about access, control, dependence. "You're the one traveling," I said. "Figure it out." Another pause, longer this time. Then he lowered his voice. "Don't do this." That caught my attention. Not anger, not denial, recognition. He knew, not everything, but enough. I didn't respond, just ended the call, because once someone realizes the ground is shifting, they stop enjoying the view and start looking for a way out. But by then, it's already too late. The next call came from her. Not a text this time. A call. I answered on the third ring. Tristan, her voice cracked. No control left. What's wrong? I asked calmly. You know what's wrong, she said. There it was. No more pretending. Silence. Then I said, say it. A pause. Long. Heavy. We used your card, she admitted. Used. Not borrowed. Not needed. Used. With him, I added. Her breath caught. Yes. Clean. Final. Truth always sounds simple when it finally comes out. Why? I asked. Not loud. Not angry. Just direct. Another pause. Then, because I deserved it. That one hit. Not because it hurt. Because it explained everything. I work hard, she continued. I never get anything. You're always careful, controlled. I almost laughed. So you stole from me? I said. It wasn't like that. It was exactly like that. I cut in. Silence. Then I added, and you chose my brother. No answer. Didn't need one. Because silence was confirmation. I exhaled slowly, then said, I'm done fixing anything for you. Her voice dropped. What does that mean? I looked at the screen in front of me. All their bookings, all their access, all their dependents. It means, I said calmly, you're on your own now. They came back 5 days early. Not together. That part mattered. She walked in first. No suitcase, just a carry-on. Face tired, eyes different. My brother came the next day. Didn't come inside. Just stood outside the house like he didn't belong there anymore. He was right. She sat across from me in silence for a long time. Then finally said, I didn't think you'd go this far. I looked at her. Calm. You didn't think I knew, I replied. That shut her down. Because that was the truth. Not the trip, not the money, the arrogance. That's what broke them. You embarrassed us, she said quietly. I almost smiled. You spent $18,000 behind my back, I said. And I embarrassed you? Silence. Heavy. Final. She looked down. No more arguments, no more explanations. Just reality. I'm sorry, she said. Late, but real. I nodded once. I know. That confused her. Then I stood up, walked past her, didn't touch her, didn't stop. Because some things don't end with anger. They end with distance. And as for my brother, he didn't lose money. He didn't lose the trip. He lost something worse. Access to me, to this life, to anything that ever had my name on it. And that was permanent.